Welcome, everyone. This is the Culture Clash podcast. I'm Dan. We got Shafi here as well.
I'm Shafi.
You're Shafi.
We do the East and West. You just didn't do
I just
that.
sped right through it, right?
I like it.
Moving on.
Let's not do that. You know what I mean? The podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about the philosophy of comics that we have on.
Yep.
And today I have. I mean, not I. We have.
We have
one of our favorite.
Let's get him in on it. Let's just get him.
They can see it. Right?
Geoff Asmus, everybody.
What's up?
Yeah.
How we doing?
He just had a special out called "The Only Funny White Man."
The only funny white man on YouTube now. Take it very seriously, the title.
I love, I love what you did. Do you always have someone bring you up as someone who you have seen on To Catch a Predator?
I just thought about that. I had my friend. It was Alex. Yeah. He brought me up as you've seen him on To Catch a Predator. I just thought that would be funny. I feel like everyone's always like really serious. Like you've seen him on Comedy Central. I'm just like that's boring to me.
Take every moment.
Why not make it funny? Why not
Why
make
not?
the first thing you say funny?
Mm-hmm.
I thought.
Yeah. How does it feel to have a special out?
I'm very glad. It was a long process. I recorded it like 8 or 9 months ago, so I'm glad it's out.
Yeah.
I hate promoting things too, so I'm glad most of the promotion's over now.
Did you get a PR person?
I did.
I'm just taking
I won't
notes.
say their
We
name.
get Geoff.
I
Like,
did.
how did you do a special? Just tell me so I can release mine.
Did
too.
get a publicist though. I don't want to say too much about. I would say I did more than they did, but they did help out. They did help out.
Yeah, we hate them.
Yeah, we kind of.
We don't like
It's
them.
a weird job. It's like a kind of a job that doesn't really need to exist anymore.
What would you say you did most of the work for your?
I mean, like I got myself
PR.
on most of the podcasts that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Me promoting to my fans did more. Like they got some press releases, but
Shut up! You're on.
there was like
The
I don't even know what a
news.
press release means. I
Yeah.
literally don't know what that means. They're like,
That's
we're putting out
cool.
press releases. I'm like,
Did you look into them?
there were a few like websites reviewed it. One guy hated it.
Shut
Yeah.
up!
Yeah,
Really?
one guy was like, he's a okay feature. He'd be a
Oh,
feature.
wow.
He's
They
a
said
comic.
they say he's a competent feature on the road.
Wait,
Wow.
a comic?
No.
he's
He
not a
said
comic.
I
Yeah.
was a competent feature.
shut
He
up.
said after viewing the special,
No.
Asmus is more of a competent feature than a headliner.
That is.
But then his review, it showed he didn't really get what I was doing. Like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like he calls himself an alpha, but he's a little weak man. It's like that's the joke. That's
oh
the
my
entire
God.
joke.
doesn't
man.
make any sense. He's not strong.
Yeah,
Why is
he
he
says
calling
he's the
himself
only
an alpha?
funny white man, but what
Yeah.
about Bill Burr? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's the joke, man.
Yeah.
Like he missed it.
When a 5'6" guy is like, I have the biggest penis. He's like, he doesn't even look like he could have any big penis. He's
Yeah, yeah,
5'6".
right. Whereas
He's
this-
like, yeah, that's the joke. dude.
Yeah, it's
What are you
so
doing?
some people just take comedy so literally, which
That's
I've never
so
quite
funny.
understood.
Yeah.
How because you just came back from JFL.
I was just in Montreal for like 10 days.
People
yeah.
know that you're a new face already. How was going back to it?
It was great. The first time I was there, it went very poorly, so I'm
Yeah.
glad I got to go back. It was a fun redemption, revenge, coming a little
Revenge
bit.
at JFL.
They kind of
Why-
fucked me over the first
Why
time.
was the first one so bad?
It's actually fun. I went in 2016 and I was there and I would like tell the industry, they're like, well, when were you here? I was like 2016. They're like, oh, 2016. It's like known as like the year it went bad.
'Cause it was
like it's
Trump?
known as like the year. No, not because yeah.
Trump
Yeah,
ruined
Donald
comedy.
Trump did an hour in the middle of the New
He
Faces
crushed
show.
so hard.
Yeah.
They
No,
wouldn't sign anyone from New Face.
They gave him a development deal.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
he
no
did.
one
For
else.
4 years.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
developed the
4
country.
years,
He
4 seasons.
build
yeah.
back better.
And it
baby.
was funny. It was very funny, but
Yeah.
It was a good comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
No, but
that's-
they fucked us. Like our show started like an hour. It didn't start till like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
They said it was sold out, but the ticketing system fucked up, so it was really only
Shut
half
up.
full.
Jeez
They like
Louise.
turned away 100 people.
No way.
It was in this theater, and the first 7 or 8 rows were empty.
That's
there was
so
no one
funny.
in the first
That's
like
really
quarter
funny.
of the crowd.
100 people were sent
And
back,
then,
and they're
yeah,
like, where
and
are the
they
people
they
that
they
get home?
they're like, oh, guess we fucked up. And then the host, I can say his name, I guess. What George Wallace is
Yeah.
this old comic.
Ugh.
He's actually funny, but like he
that's a
didn't.
big ask.
He didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
It was beneath him. He didn't care about it.
Yeah.
So he like just did like crowd work. He forgot people's
those-
names.
You know what this reminds me of, Geoff? You know, at times like when you do like a comedy competition,
Yeah.
and there's a host who doesn't care about the show
Doesn't
at
give
all.
a shit.
Yeah.
Because
No.
he doesn't like. I remember like doing this comedy competition back in when I was starting out, and this host
Was
like,
it the Laughing Devil?
No, it
No.
wasn't the Laughing
Good guess
Devil.
though.
Oh.
That's
It wa-
the
so-
comedy
That was the
competition.
It was
one.
a Comics Mohican.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you're right, right.
So the guy, the premise of the show is the host also has to close.
Oh,
Okay.
weird.
Makes no sense.
Which is bizarre. So
Yeah.
like he'll do like 10, 20 up top, and then bring all the contestants, and then he has to close. So like he was just bombing the first 10 minutes.
Oh,
and
he was a bad comic.
no, but he was like, oh, I'm just not doing any of the good material because I have to come back and close. I'm like, yeah, then why did you?
He said
why
that
would you
into a
take the gig?
microphone.
What a weird.
Why would you take the gig if you don't have enough material to
What
close?
a risk too,
That's so
because if they
funny.
already hate you, they're not going to be like, "Oh, thank God, it's the good
Oh,
stuff."
it's the good
Yeah.
stuff. is
They
coming
already
out.
hate the guy.
He did like a live Patreon where like the good stuff's coming later.
yeah,
Yeah.
right,
Just
right.
really
Stay
funny.
tuned.
Stay
Stay
tuned.
tuned.
It's
Don't go to
gonna
the
be back.
bathroom.
That's a good save if you're bombing like real hard. It's like, don't worry.
The A is
it's
coming. Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
rush. Why are you guys rushing it? What's the rush?
No one can crush for 45 minutes. Everyone bombs for the first 30.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
You front load with garbage. You save the good stuff at the end. It's comedy 101.
Patreon.
Yes.
I do want to read your LinkedIn bio. Is that okay?
Oh wow! I don't even know
Do
what
you know
it
that you
says.
still
We
have it?
research.
I know it's up
It's
there, but I
so
haven't been there in a
funny.
long.
Yeah.
What does it say?
I'm gonna read it
Okay.
out. Since graduating from the University of Wisconsin in 2013, I've worked as a touring stand-up comedian and in childcare as a tutor, after-school teacher, and summer camp counselor.
Oh, that wow.
Both of these jobs have given me excellent interpersonal public speaking and organizational skills. I'm an eager learner who is always reading a new nonfiction book
Okay.
or practicing guitar during any spare moments. I enjoy teaching children and giving them all the joy that my childhood brought me.
I like the.
Not bad. Not bad.
What I like about that is like, who is that for? Like,
That was what I did.
Who is
fucked up.
hiring?
Yeah, there was
No,
no.
but this is not
that
the-
is a good summary of who I am, but it has nothing to do with getting a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tutors would look at it and be like, okay, but what's the? He's gonna be away every
He's
weekend.
gonna play guitar during the sessions. What?
It's like that kid is looking up. It's like, oh, I have spare moment. Let's
Yeah.
take my
I'm gonna
guitar
learn
right
Jimi
now.
Hendrix. Right,
And
right.
most of all, I enjoy humor and the power it gives us over the negative aspect. It feels like you're running for fucking Congress or
Yes,
something
yes.
of our lives. I hope to one day work full time teaching. I didn't know that you wanted to be a full time
Wow.
teacher.
Yeah.
Preferably history while still pursuing comedy at night, so it doesn't conflict.
Yeah.
That's the dream, anyways.
That's so funny that I thought that was possible. First of all,
Remember
Yeah.
writing this?
I vaguely remember that was probably in like 2015. I wrote that.
Yeah.
I bet I
so
haven't
just
really
like
used it.
graduated. You're like
That was
leaving
when
comedy.
I was doing comedy, but it didn't pay any money, and
Sure.
I never got a job from LinkedIn. I never used it. I don't really
Yeah.
remember using LinkedIn
That's
at
so
all.
funny.
That's so funny that I mentioned guitar. I
I
don't
feel
know
like
why I
every
would put
comedian
that
should
in.
have a
Yeah.
LinkedIn bio.
Well, here's the thing: is like,
Yeah, we should have.
Everyone
Yeah.
should have a LinkedIn
we should have a
bio.
comedian LinkedIn.
Right.
Yes.
For sure, absolutely.
because then you'd weed out the crazies real quick, like
Yeah.
the people who like crush on stage but they can't put sentences together
right,
off, and it's like,
or the people that like are good at Instagram or whatever, and
Yeah.
they can't figure out
Yeah.
how to write a sentence. Yeah, like you
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
write a sentence. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
Sure.
fun to see
That's-
how people describe
yeah.
themselves.
I'd
too.
say that's probably the only honest post I've ever seen on LinkedIn. Everybody else is just like top earner, like grind every day.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
gotta like
Is
I
that
don't
what
even
they're like?
sleep. Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
don't know much about LinkedIn.
It's like every LinkedIn post is like somebody has a gun to their head, and it's like say good
Like,
things
say,
about
"I'm
the
the best
company.
person
yeah.
of all
It's a lot
time.
of
Yeah.
like the resume speak. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm a leader. I have good
Yeah.
communication
It's all
skills.
marketing buzzwords.
But
That's-
doesn't everyone
sell.
see through that at this point, or is it just
But it's-
everyone's like a game you have
It's
to
an
play?
algorithm,
Yeah.
because you're typing in on LinkedIn, then those profiles will pop up, and then the
Yeah.
HR is gonna cold call you.
It's like, yeah.
Oh,
That's what
really?
it
Oh,
is.
there's an algorithm function to LinkedIn
Sure.
too.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
HR, like I get like, because I studied chemical engineering, I just get like cold emails from random recruiters.
Yeah.
They're like, we have this job that it'll be perfect for in Indiana. I'm like, I'm not gonna.
Oh,
go to
right.
Indiana.
Oh,
What are you doing?
So you're probably getting like
Look into
emails.
it.
I do get probably about 3 times a year. I'll get like a childcare opportunity for Montessori Academy in Northern
Yeah.
Virginia
That's perfect
or
for you.
something.
Make
yeah,
the kids,
exactly.
make the kids
They
happy.
don't even
Teach
know
them
where you
guitar.
live. They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
you'll move.
Yeah, of course he'll
You'll
move for this
This is your
$12 an
passion.
hour job.
You wanted to be a camp counselor, and we found out that you wanted
And he's
to do
doing
this.
comedy at
That's
night,
so
so he
funny.
can just come in, come out, you know,
Yeah.
fly in,
You
fly
Zoom,
out.
You do Zoom comedy.
So
Yeah.
naive to think that I could have been a full-time comedian and a full-time teacher at the same time.
I mean, it could,
There's no way.
If you're not a touring, like if you're someone who's like so established and don't want to tour.
Sure,
at
if
that
you're just
point,
doing club spots,
just
you'd be
theaters,
exhausted, but you could probably do that.
probably
Yeah.
do that,
You
yeah.
could. It
But
would be
you
an
don't have-
exhausting
yeah.
life.
And you'd be
yeah.
probably pretty shitty at both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't be good at both of them.
Sorry,
Exactly.
kids. I missed a flight last night. You're
Yeah.
not.
I just had to let them know I play guitar. I had to let them know. That's a
Just
classic
sneak it-
white guy.
sneak it in
We
there.
gotta let them know.
Wonderwall.
By
just
the
play-
way,
By the way,
I have a
guitar.
couple guitars.
So do you actually good at guitar?
I play a lot. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm okay.
Okay.
It is a passion of mine. That is true, but
Yeah.
I'm not good at it.
The note. I don't see any lies in there. It
I
sounds
didn't lie at all.
it sounds all true.
All that was probably too true.
Yeah.
You're the only truthful white guy.
Yeah,
The
the only
funny guy in
truthful,
America.
the only honest white man.
white man in America.
Yeah.
We already told you the premise of the pod, obviously, and
Yes.
let's get into it. I guess parenting.
Yeah. Where'd you come from? How were you raised? How does that influence who you are? Because I think Geoff Asmus, Midwest white guy.
Sure.
But then I watched the special, and you went to college for religion,
Yes,
which is
I
a
did.
wild talk about. How do you even get into religion college?
Sure. Well, no, I went to a public university. I went to University of Wisconsin.
Okay.
But they had a religious studies department. It's since been mostly discontinued, actually, which I find very funny.
What do you mean?
The
major
religious
itself?
studies department doesn't really exist anymore. It's
In the
like
world?
in Wisconsin, at the
Oh.
University of Wisconsin, they have like one class.
Did they
still.
have like a referendum?
There were only
that, like, we
8
don't do
kids. They're
religion?
like it's like this is a pretty liberal college. We're kind of done with God. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Shut up,
I don't
bro.
think that's what it does actually,
really
but
funny.
there was only 8 kids in my graduating class in that
Yeah.
department, so it wasn't a big thing.
Yeah.
for-
Parents
for sure.
religious?
Yeah, we grew up in Minnesota, and we went to Catholic school from 5th grade through
Very
senior
white
year of
God.
high
I
school.
like it.
Very, very, very white. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very lacking in diversity where I grew up for sure.
Yeah.
Their only diversity was Hmong, a lot of Hmong kids.
What's Hmong?
It's like
what is that?
Vietnamese, Laos.
Shut up.
It's
Oh,
like
okay.
Like Buddhist.
no, HMONG. They were like lived in the hills of Vietnam, and they
Shut
were
up.
allies to America. But then when the North
Wow.
Vietnamese won, they were like persecuted, and they all fled.
Wow.
And most of them went to Minnesota and Wisconsin. Actually,
Really?
That's
You've
really
never heard
cool.
of Hmong people? They almost
No.
only live in Minnesota and Wisconsin.
That's why.
Almost none live in
That's why I've never
almost
seen
none
them.
live in Vietnam or Laos anymore.
They're like
That
the
is
all
wild.
Amish of Pennsylvania, but in Minnesota.
What did you say?
The Amish. In
Oh yeah,
PA.
exactly.
Yeah.
They live in
Yeah.
Cali too. Those are the only 3 places
Shut up.
really.
That's
yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah,
That's a documentary I want to watch.
I'm sure there
Yeah.
probably is. There's a huge population in the
Yeah.
Twin Cities. Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's either white people or the most specific ethnic group
yeah, right.
that only
Betrayed
exists.
their own people.
Right,
and moved
right.
To America.
Yeah.
It still wasn't much. That's me clawing for diversity. It was pretty white.
Well, you
still.
know a lot about them. That's pretty. I mean, that's
It's
helping them.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. But so yeah, I went to Catholic school. We had to go to church. We went to church every Sunday as a family. Probably 40 weeks a year. Probably 40 weeks.
12 off.
Probably
got
we'd take
12
one a
off.
month if we're traveling or whatever. But
Right.
usually we'd even try to go to church if we
In
were
the
on
different
vacation.
states.
Yeah,
You're like, let's
yeah.
find out.
Yeah.
It's like when
Wow.
liberals are like, let's go to the new coffee shop in the new
Yeah,
state.
yeah,
We're
we're
like, let's check out the new church.
Let's check out the Presbyterians. What are they praying to
Yeah.
in North Carolina and the Great Smoky Mountains
really
or whatever? So, but then you had to go to church in school too. So we had to go. We probably went to church twice a month in school too. So
Okay.
it went. It was.
That's
ended
during
up,
the week. Is that during
Yeah,
the
it'd be
week?
like on. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday.
And then-
yeah,
wow.
like in the middle of the
So
day.
you doubled up.
It
You
was.
doubled
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. we went to church a lot.
2 a days, yeah.
2 a days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
strict parents who kind of forced religion, or
we weren't
was
that.
like-
They weren't that. It wasn't like. Fuck gay people. Fuck 'em. It was
Right.
more like
Chill
it was pretty
Christians.
chill, honestly.
Yeah.
We never got that. Now they've become very conservative, actually. But when
Where
I
are
was
you
a
from?
kid, they were not very conservative
Why
at
do you
all.
think that? What was the push?
I think social media got them.
Oh.
They like Facebook got them. Really, is what it is.
Yeah,
the
divide-
algorithms.
the divide itself.
They like you're gonna get on one side or the other of the algorithm, and my mom got on the right wing, and
Yeah.
now she's sending me things like Little Nas X is destroying America.
Oh my
Cardi,
God.
when WAP came out, she's like
Yeah.
WAP is destroying our nation's children. It's all that shit.
But your parents are at the taping, so I'm
Yeah.
guessing that they love your
they do have a
comedy.
good sense of humor. They actually
Yeah.
are cool people. As long as you don't talk to them about specific issues, they're pretty cool.
My parents are pretty similar.
They can hide it. Can your parents hide it? You think my mom was like a hippie. But then if you talk to her about like immigration, it changes a little bit.
Yeah.
She's like she's suddenly not this chill hippie lady.
I compare my parents. My dad is kind of like, somebody who like studies MMA and then like they kind of want to use it. Like they're always got like pumping shoulders into people's at bars trying to be like, I just want to like throw that's my dad with arguing about like the culture points. Of like if somebody's
try
like
to bring in pronouns or
something.
Yeah.
So he'll just like do it and then try, but like so it's a lot of baiting and you just kind of got to like resist and just be like, all right, you just
I don't argue anymore.
Can't.
I used to get in violent arguments, but now I just like whatever. It's not worth it.
You ever got in trouble for being a bad kid?
Well, yeah, we couldn't swear. We were not allowed to swear.
Shut up.
But I never really wanted to until like later in high school.
Do you think that like?
I think that's why I swear a lot on stage.
Yeah,
now, actually,
is that why?
Absolutely. That is. I feel like I'm getting away with murder a little bit. Yeah. Because if you said fuck or God, they'd be like, don't say that. Yeah. We had to, I think not a lot, but a couple of times we got washed our mouths out with soap.
Did you start as a clean comic?
What?
Did you start as a clean comic? Like
no, I would no. I think
my parents might see this. I'm like worried that they might say
no,
something.
I was I think one of the first sets I did, I said cunt on. I think I.
That's
quick. I don't even remember what the joke was, but I remember I actually used to be much dirtier. I would say I was darker before.
Yeah.
I think I've become a little goofier now.
I saw like one of your like old where you like very like you had them stand in front of you.
Oh
like,
yeah, I used to be very like Stephen Wrighty kind of like.
You had like a Bible.
Yeah, I would read the Bible on stage.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So like you did use your religion.
I did. That was my first album. Was a lot of religious jokes.
Right.
Yeah, not like kind of pro, but it's kind of in the middle. Not really pro or anti-religion.
So you never got like grounded or nothing like.
Oh, we would get grounded. Oh yeah, I guess there were. No, we weren't really
Never
not spanked. No, they would. They would get mad if our grades weren't good.
Yeah,
we would get. We get like $10 per A. So and then if you got a B or below, they'd get really
$10 for
I think it was something like that.
I wish my parents did that, dude. I'd be a millionaire by now.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Really fun.
But there were
what about A minus? You get a $5.
I think you still got the $10.
What's the currency on that? We got A minus. What is that?
It's you get $2.50. Yeah, you get one free meal. There was a weird thing where you had to finish your plate at mealtime. Really? There was a couple times where they made me sit at the table for hours because I wouldn't finish this meal. There were like a couple weird things. I didn't like hamburger meat for some reason, and I wouldn't eat this hamburger.
Yeah.
And I sat there for like 6 hours.
How old was you?
Amazing.
I was probably like 10 or 11, probably.
Oh, wow.
And they were like, "You can't go on the family vacation next week if you don't finish this hamburger."
Like, okay, I'm not gonna come to Iowa. That's
it seemed like right. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to the Tulip Garden in Iowa. Yeah,
so sad.
I literally was there for 6 or 7 hours just screaming. I was kind of a brat. I was like a bit of a brat.
Siblings?
I had one younger sibling. Yeah.
And did they get the similar treatment or like?
I think I don't. Now looking back, I'm older and wiser. But when I was a kid, I always thought they favored my sister. I was always like, "You love her more." That was my main gripe as a kid. Is like, you love her so much. She's loved. But now looking back, I was just like projecting my own insecurities on them. But they loved.
Do you hate your sister?
No, I love my sister. She's great. We did not get along in like high school, but now we're good. We like each other.
Young people don't like.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like she's taking the attention from me and all that. But it was. We had a great childhood. We had a really good time.
Yeah,
I can't really complain.
They kind of let you like pick up guitar as a kid, or
I did that in that was like early high school, maybe like freshman, sophomore year of high school. They were always like active. We were an active family. You play sports all year long.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Which was like mostly our decision, but my dad definitely pushed me to play soccer.
What was your sport?
I played soccer a lot.
Shut up.
I played soccer
that's
9 months a year.
Coming out of your Midwest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't picture Midwest.
Oh, really? No, soccer is huge in Minnesota.
Oh, really?
Minnesota has the largest soccer complex in America.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Not the mall, separate from the mall, right?
Separate from the mall. We love our Mall of America, too.
Yeah.
We love the mall, too.
Biggest mall in the country.
Biggest mall. It used to be the biggest in the world, no longer. Like
Who
Edmonton
dethroned
or
you?
something in Edmonton or Calgary has a mall that's bigger.
Yeah,
we fucking hate them.
Yeah.
They suck.
Edmonton,
They suck.
Yeah.
No, I played basketball too and baseball, but mostly soccer.
You still play?
No, I haven't played. I got burned out.
Yeah.
My dad pushed me a little too hard. He was not always nice about it.
Yeah.
He'd like get on me if I like, oh, you weren't fast enough on defense. He'd always like lecture me in the car.
So he was strict on when
he was kind of strict on sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. He wasn't like screaming at me, but he'd be like, it would be a quiet car ride home if I had a bad game or something.
Wow.
He wasn't always supportive of it.
Position?
I was a striker mostly.
Shout
Yeah,
out.
because I was pretty fast. I've always enjoyed running.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I used to be a pretty decent sprinter.
Yeah.
And then
I did track and cross country too.
So do you have your parents like pushing you in other directions, or is like sports like the main thing, and then it's like, and do whatever the fuck you want, curse on stage, do like?
Well, they made us. They pushed us in school too. Like we did a lot. We did sports. We did like math team, quiz
out,
bowl.
Yeah, that's you.
I did all that academic extracurricular too. Yeah.
I mean, when I see your stand up, I see someone who is like very knowledgeable. Obviously, you do have the bit about like the capital. You know,
Oh,
the
yeah,
capital
I
of
know.
Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Dhaka.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thank you for doing
Yeah,
that.
of course. That's a huge city.
Yeah.
It's crazy people don't know that it's bigger than Cincinnati.
It's the
Yeah.
most densely populated city in the world. Number one.
Really?
It's number one
Oh,
in the
wow.
world.
I didn't know
we have
that.
the most people just like
Oh
piling
shit!
on each other.
Have you been there?
I'm from there.
Oh, you're from
yeah,
Dhaka.
Yeah, born and raised.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is there cool stuff there?
Yeah, I mean, like now there's like some stand up, which is like cool to see.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool, nice.
But like we're like very influenced by like obviously the Brits.
Yeah.
Because of colonization, and then Hollywood is huge.
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
The metro cities are always like kind of easy to like find things to do.
Sure,
You know what I
sure.
mean? 'Cause
There's
they're just so influenced by
there's
other
cool
cultures.
spots. There's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
party areas. All the artsy areas.
Yeah,
Nice.
like a lot of like diplomat kids and internationals.
Oh, cool.
So
Damn.
it wasn't really difficult.
Would love to go there one
not a
day.
lot of drinking, not a lot of partying.
Yeah, not a lot of drinking,
Oh,
but there are like
true.
the
Yeah.
clubs that you have to like kind of know the people to go in.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
It is like Islam.
Is
Have you-
it very Islamic?
Yeah. 'Cause,
Like very Sharia law or
no. It's like a democratic country on paper.
Yeah.
Right?
But the cultural norms are still
it's
like we don't drink
culturally
openly.
Muslim. Yeah.
Yeah.
for
Okay.
sure.
Gotcha.
Like we have our prime minister is like a lady.
The Muslim countries have a lot of female prime ministers.
Sure.
Pakistan had the first
Pakistan
one.
had
India,
one.
that's not
India
Muslim, but it's India.
I mean, like
Muslim.
we're all like India before, and it's
Right,
like,
right.
It just seems like they always had like not an issue with that because it was a lot of like nepotism in the sense that a lot of initial leaders like Gandhi and like,
Indira Gandhi and all
so like
them.
the
yeah.
leaders, family relatives end up becoming the leaders.
Right,
of,
right.
Of the
So you
country.
think nepotism like overrides
Sexism? Oh,
yeah.
sure.
Just,
probably.
it's not sexism advancing. It's nepotism.
It's Gandhi's
being
kid.
Too
The
strong.
woman can do it. Yeah. It's crazy that Bangladesh and Pakistan were a country for like 10 years, 20 years or whatever.
Yeah, from 48
There's
to
no
71.
reason they should be geographically one country.
No,
it
I mean
makes
the
no
split,
sense.
The split was like really. I've been like so obsessed with like the history of our of our region. It's just like
Yeah.
so
Well,
fascinating.
the partition riots, we covered it on one
Yeah,
of our.
yeah.
Oh, the partition's insane.
They
The
are-
British
Yeah.
just like gave up. They
Yeah.
just didn't
Right.
even try.
and casualty figures that are like war, like
more than genocide.
Yeah,
like the
it's-
oh yeah,
Holocaust.
millions and
yeah,
millions,
I mean,
right?
branding wise, they call it a riot, and it's like, oh, so it
Right,
couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah,
if it's just a riot's
It's a
one
riot.
day.
It was the riot of Union Square when they handed out PS5.
was
Yeah,
exactly
right.
like
yeah,
that.
yesterday wasn't that?
Extreme.
England
Yeah.
came and they started hanging up PS5s,
Yeah,
and people
It was
lost
the
their
first
fucking minds.
PS5 that we
Yeah.
got.
So you get to college,
Get to college.
and then you're so like I want to know like religion wise, like so you're still like I'm in it. God is like Jesus
So,
is the
I was
son.
actually a pretty religious kid until maybe I was like 15 or 16. We did all the holidays.
Yeah.
I kind of liked the prayers and the songs. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
We kind of,
Well,
me and my,
which one is your favorite song?
our,
Sing it,
oh,
sing it
On
for us.
Eagle's Wings, a great song.
yeah.
A great.
Well,
You probably remember that one.
and I will raise you up
This should
on
be on Patreon.
eagle's
This is too
wings.
good.
Yeah.
God is an
You
awesome
bring out
God.
God is an awesome
Yeah,
God
that's
is
a
a
good
great
one.
song.
Yeah.
I think church music is good, actually.
Yeah.
I'll
Do you
still-
bring out your guitar and play those?
I
Have you
don't
ever
know
done that?
those. I never learned those. I
We
should
had
have.
We had I went to Catholic, so Don Bosco, so it's Catholic, Salesian, what like.
Okay.
So we had like a Don Bosco song, and he was like, It was like,
wow.
you, Don Bosco, are the friend of the young and the poor.
Oh, because he was like an old saint, right? Wasn't he, or something?
Yeah, so we had our school had like a Christian theme song. That is still like burned into my brain.
Oh, I've never heard of that. That's crazy.
Good branding.
Did you have like a band at your church?
No, we had
was it a choir?
Yeah, so I went to Catholic, like grew up Catholic, like Roman Catholic, went to Catholic high school. And so they would ball out on that. You get like the musical kids. Like, doing guitars and
those were actually during school. You went to church during school, probably.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, same thing. Yeah, they had a band. The band kids played. Yeah, that was fun. But at middle school, it was very choir. It was very old school, kind of a little bit. Yeah, but I was pretty religious until a girl broke my heart in like junior year of high school. She didn't even break my heart. We never dated, but that broke my heart.
But the hormones are firing.
That made me hate God.
You didn't date?
We never even kissed. We never did.
So how did she break your heart?
Because I wanted to date her, and it was like, oh, she friend zoned me. I was kind of an incel looking back a little bit. I was like, these women, they don't like the nice guys like me. Even though if I look back, why would anyone have dated who I was? I was a loser. I was a complete loser.
In defense of incels, it does hurt. It does hurt to get denied.
That
hurts a lot.
Yes.
I don't think a lot of people realize how much it hurts to get denied.
That is true.
It hurts a lot.
That doesn't mean you become an incel, but I do get it. I do get it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think there's a lack of empathy for them.
So you lost God and the girl the same week.
Yeah, and then I became a diehard atheist. But that doesn't. And I still probably am.
So, like, explain to me that thought process. You're like, she doesn't like me. That means God does.
And then I just became like really sad and depressed. Like everything's terrible. I'm really alone.
Damn.
Their love isn't real.
What's her
God
name?
isn't real.
If you're listening to this podcast, can you?
we do not get along anymore. We were like best friends for like 4 years, but. Sure. I actually ran into her in a bar a year or two ago in Minneapolis.
And then you're like, now I'm a star.
She didn't even look at me. She wouldn't look at me. No,
she knows that you had like a thing for her?
Oh, yeah. No, it was like a very like we're friends, but I know Geoff wants to date me. It was like an obvious thing.
How long? So you were like, how old
I think
were
that started maybe junior year of high school and went through probably sophomore year of college.
Same college?
Even though, no, we didn't go. She went to a college like an hour or two away.
Okay, you would drive at night.
Every once in a while, I'd come down and and then I eventually realized how pathetic it was.
So you were in like love with the.
I was in love with this
for
girl
like so long.
Probably two of those 4 years. Probably.
Is she married now?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't think she's married. She was a very like independent woman. I doubt it.
Do you think you became this good of a comedian just to prove her?
I used to have a big bit about her where there's a whole thing. She made me a large poster board collage that said soulmates on it.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah.
She did that?
Yeah. It was like.
Sounds like she kind of wanted you.
It was weird. Looking back, it was like, okay, if I would have just.
Giving if
I would have cared. I also was incredibly ugly then. I was like, did not dress well, did not. I'm not like some smoke show now, but I was
no
like.
favors.
I did not. I was like wearing pajama pants out in public and stuff.
Yeah, it's an issue.
It was bad. It was bad. So maybe if I would have gotten it together, she would have dated me.
Why doesn't she like me?
Yeah, I'm wearing Simpsons pajama pants at a party in college. Like what?
That's a lot.
It was so stupid.
Yeah.
And I had
a full hog going on. Do you have
no, I didn't. But I was a drunk too. I was a huge drunk in college. Yeah.
Same.
Like I was the guy who was blackout drunk by 9 p.m. I was just like
you tuck them in. Everybody else goes to the bar. You
kind
tuck
of.
them in,
I was like passed out by 11 p.m.
And would you drunk call her, drunk text her?
All the time. Yeah. It wasn't like anything too bad, but it was like just kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
It was just like embarrassing.
So then she breaks off, and then you're like, God doesn't exist.
That's kind of how it came. And you get older, you start questioning, like, how could Mary have been a virgin? And it kind of doesn't really make all that much sense when you think about it.
Because you went into college studying religion.
I went into college going to be an English major.
Oh, you switched to religion.
I started English for a year or two, and then I switched to religion and history. I got a degree in history. I got a degree in Asian culture too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's very white.
It was more Middle Eastern. They just call it Asian.
Really?
It was mostly Middle Eastern.
Where does Asia really start?
Yeah,
anyway.
Right, exactly.
What made you do that?
I just wanted to learn about Islam, really.
What question do you have for me?
He knows a lot of Islam.
I don't
this
know
guy
as
knows
much.
a lot
I'm
of
sure
Islam.
you know a lot.
You studied in college.
That hasn't stayed with me as much. I've always loved history. I've loved history since I was 5 years old.
Sure.
So that was kind of a no-brainer. And religious history is interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that people pick like one religion and just know about their religion. It doesn't really make any sense. So I wanted to learn about all the world religions.
So you start questioning your religion, and that's kind of what made you kind of interested in other religions.
Yeah, exactly. And I was an atheist, but then as I learned about religion, I was like, oh, these all kind of are saying the same thing. Sure. And it actually made me an agnostic probably in the end.
So now
I don't believe in any one religion, but I think they're all like grasping at the same central
truth. If you die, what happens?
I think there is another world that is rewarded based on how we acted here.
Okay.
So whether it's pearly, I don't think it's pearly gates in a cloud or fire.
That's a little,
I think there's something.
Yeah, a little Hindu-ish.
A little possible. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad with samsara or whatever, like the cycle of reincarnation or whatever. I'd be fine with that.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd be fine with it, right?
I wouldn't. I think that'd be okay.
What would you want to be reincarnated as?
I'd maybe give me a run as a woman. I'd like to be a woman for one round. Let me see how that goes.
White woman or like a
okay. Give me a mixed woman. Let me be a mixed woman. Yeah.
Those are like the prettiest ones. You choose the best ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I also like the idea of a white guy getting to the end and it's like, hey, white guy, now you get to choose.
Yeah. Let me be a Persian woman. Yeah.
Everybody else is like, nah, turtle.
Bird.
We
get to choose.
White guy, what do you want to be?
It could be an animal.
I want to be Rihanna. Yeah. Can I be Rihanna? Let's go Rihanna from the beginning.
Rihanna before she was pregnant.
Right.
When you die, do you want to be buried, burned? What do you think?
Buried. I like the burial.
Yeah.
When my grandma died like a couple months ago, and they cremated her, which I was kind of mad about. Kind of out of nowhere. I was like. It's kind of creepy, but I do kind of like the open casket.
Do the people get a vote? They're like, "Hey, we're gonna."
I thought so, but then I just got a text. She was cremated.
There should be a poll on Instagram.
There should be immediate family. Yeah, give me a poll. Yeah, I agree, but they just
call a friend.
Kind of did it out of nowhere.
So like cremated.
Yeah, she's just in an urn now, and I was like, okay, well, I guess that's how it is.
Because how do they do? What's an Islam funeral look like?
I mean, Islam and Christianity and Judaism, they just have like the same exact.
Pretty similar, yeah.
Hinduism is the only one that just like.
Don't you have to bury within like 48 hours in Islam or very quick?
It's like an episode of 48.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have time.
How can we get it? How can we get them to the grave?
That is so stressful. 48 hours. 48 hours is so quick.
That's very quick to get everyone there for the funeral and stuff.
Well, what happens if like spiritually? What is like the reason for the deadline? Like what happens after 48?
There's like no specific deadline per se, but the idea is that if you don't bury them with like prayers, their soul suffers. They can't go to the afterlife.
Okay.
They just stop. So you want to make sure that you send them off as quick as possible, so they're not suffering.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like more like a relief.
And then what did Jews do? Jews just make them sit around for like,
the Shiva or whatever. Yeah. They
for like hours,
silent
days.
for like a week or something like that. I don't think everyone does that. I think that's a more Orthodox Jewish thing. Yeah, I don't think everyone does that. They can't get buried if they have like tattoos and stuff too.
Yeah, it takes like 6 days to search the body for tattoos.
Yeah, right.
Just be real thorough.
Really gotta pull the anus apart.
Is this a birthmark? I don't know. We got another day of Shiva.
Might have been Cabo. That might have been Cabo. Yeah.
I want to pivot into some dating stuff. So you said the first girl that broke your heart, also from the same state.
Yes, it went to the same high school. Yeah, in Minnesota. White girl, white girl from Minneapolis, from she was actually from a kind of poor working class family. Yeah, okay. She was a very hard worker.
Do you still like the pores?
I love the pores.
I mean, you hated God after that.
They're easy to manipulate. They're easy to manipulate.
You can become their God very quickly. It's like, let's start a joint banking account. What do you think of that?
Right. I know what Roth IRAs are. Yeah. I didn't date till I didn't lose my virginity until I was 25. So
Okay.
I was
Because
late.
you have a joke about you are very
Yeah,
interested.
I was
we talked about this.
We talked about this. First of all, the special. If I didn't say it was very funny, it was very
Incredible.
funny.
Thank
Everyone
you.
should watch
Yeah.
it.
Please watch the
The
special.
only funny white man.
Please watch it.
What I like the combination of the joke writing's tight and you're loose, like loose with the riffs and stuff.
That's
like,
what I
it was-
wanted. Oh,
yeah.
good. I'm glad to hear that.
yeah.
That's what,
Natural.
that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be like they just filmed a random show, not
That's-
that it was
yeah.
like a special where you're reading from the teleprompter.
That's what it. That's
or
for
whatever.
That's for sure what it felt like.
Oh, good.
There's a joke in there about you not jerking off until you're 25.
Yes, that is true.
I want to know pretty much everything about that.
How do you come to?
Yeah, is that like
come to find
nocturnal
out.
emissions? Like does
so
that,
yeah,
and it's all religious. Like I don't want God to.
But he wasn't religious.
I don't. So
Yeah,
it
that's the
started out
question,
at
yeah.
the little. So we went to this Catholic school, and they didn't tell us masturbation was wrong, but they also didn't really tell us about masturbation. I
Yeah.
legitimately did not know what it was till I went to college. I didn't
Yeah.
really. I knew like the
It's like
dick
if you don't know
had
about
come in
crack,
it,
you're not
and
gonna do crack. 'cause you
yeah,
don't know
I
anything
didn't.
about
I
crack.
never. And I never looked at. I like dabbled in looking at like nude women on in the internet when we
Yeah.
had dial up, like maybe for like a couple months
Like
in high
you
school.
like open the browser. You're
I was like,
no, no, no,
"Ah!"
shut up,
and I was
turn
like,
it
"What
off."
is this?"
Wow.
Yeah. And
That's
I've
nasty.
never watched porn. I'm not a porn guy.
Okay.
that.
I
That's
think it's
great.
kind of disgusting.
Probably for the best.
I think
It's great.
that's
Yeah.
one of the better life decisions I made.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
It's like
and
you
then-
with the not drinking. I wish I had never.
that's a
hopped on
great
that train.
choice too.
Yeah.
I can't get off the train now,
Yeah.
really, but I wish I would have not gone on it. But
Yeah.
so. And I just didn't really know what masturbating was, and then I was just like, I'm doing fine without it.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna do it.
So you have a girlfriend, and then you also start masturbating at the same time.
I
25.
think I started masturbating a little before
You're like, now I can
lost
rent
my
a car, I'm
virginity.
gonna do everything.
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna
I
go to a
can't.
different state.
Yeah, right. I can't really remember what made me start to masturbate. I think I was just like, then I was like, well, I'm not doing so great, so maybe I should start masturbating.
Yeah.
And it turned out that it is pretty great. I was wrong about that. I was
You
wrong
heard it here
about
first,
that.
babe.
Not wrong about much,
Masturbating gets
but-
an A. It gets
Yeah.
an A. I was wrong.
I'd be interested because I don't know anything about like the science or anything like that. But like the horniness that I, as like a 13, 14-year-old youth,
Right. Yeah.
experienced, like having not that there's no outlet for it, but I'd wonder like, were there times where you're just like super horny? Do you understand horniness? Like
I don't think I even understood it. I
That's wild.
would like be like falling asleep and I'd get hard, have like a little daydream about someone, but I'd be like, that's it. That's where it ends.
What about the
so
girl that you were
interesting.
in love with? Did you want to like have sex with her?
I
or-
did, but I never like
In a very romantic. way.
Yeah,
You, like,
it was
have, like,
mo- I was more-
I can picture you just have like rose petals on the bed.
I was a romantic guy. Like
Yeah.
I was like a very idealistic like
Sure.
romance
Notebook.
guy.
Have you seen Notebook?
I love
Yeah,
shit like that. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
like
yeah.
500 Days of Summer.
Sure.
I was a
Oh,
yeah.
rom-com.
You probably love 500
True
Days of Summer
Love
is probably
guy.
like one of the greatest movies to watch when you go through a breakup. Because you're like,
yeah.
there's summer after. There's April.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
twist.
that came out right when I was
Sure.
that girl in high school. Was this,
Oh,
We
yeah.
saw it together. Yeah.
Oh, no.
that movie meant a lot to me for a while.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that movie. Good movie.
doesn't really stand up to the rewatch. I'll tell you that
I haven't
much.
seen it
It's
in
a
years.
Little,
Is
yeah,
it
yeah.
cheesy or?
It's it's pretty cheesy.
I like the soundtrack still though. I still
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lot. I like that type of like indie folk whatever bullshit. I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it. And what I wish I remembered why I started masturbating, but I did have
That's a
wet
funny
dreams
day.
a lot.
Yeah.
I did have wet dreams. Like once a month, but I guess that's a lot.
Sure.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that was a lot until
And
I
you
told
just
other
like,
people.
What is this?
Yeah.
White thing in my
Yeah, and I
pants.
thought everyone had that, but they're like, no, dude,
No.
that doesn't happen
Yeah.
after you're 15. I'm like, okay, I guess.
So you never had like a friend also who was like telling you stuff?
I
Like,
didn't. I don't know
cousin?
why. Yeah, because I was around guys who were
Yeah.
very
Really
open talking about
Yeah.
sexuality, and I just
Sure.
never really. I would always get kind of uncomfortable and not really say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
That's more what it was.
Yeah, like I didn't find out that people would have sex to have babies. So like I was like 6th grade or something.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know that till. Yeah, probably
Way
later
later.
than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what happened for me is like I put sex on like this pedestal. I thought it was
Yeah.
like such an important revelatory experience that
Yeah.
I held myself back. I'm like, I'm not gonna have sex till it's the one
Yeah,
or whatever.
I get that.
Not
I
like
was-
before marriage, but until like I was
I was
in
on that
love
train
with
for the
someone.
longest time,
And then
too.
you have sex and you're like, oh, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not really that
Activity.
big of a
It's
deal.
like kayaking.
It's yeah, it's just it is.
It's good if it's 2 people. One
Right.
you just like work way much more. You know?
Yeah,
You're just
three
like,
and
I don't know
it'll
where I'm
flip.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're gonna have to flip them over
That's
a few times.
Yeah, I'm angry at how funny that was. That's exactly what sex is like.
Now you have like an interracial partner.
I
right?
do.
You're
My
an
girlfriend
interracial
is half black. Yes, we're
Yeah.
trying to get rid of that half, but yeah.
Half black for now.
For now,
How would you even
Mike
get rid of
Pence
that?
has promised me
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can get rid of
We
it.
can-
Yeah,
Just send her to a camp.
yeah. I sent
Yeah.
her to a camp,
Conversion.
a white re-education
A
camp.
white conversion camp
Yeah.
would be the funniest
Yeah.
thing.
That's a very funny sketch. Yeah.
ABBA, just listening to a lot of
You're
ABBA.
gonna want to put some mayo on that.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to.
Just blasting Coldplay.
Yeah.
Two great bands.
Yeah.
Coldplay
ABBA
and
and
ABBA.
Coldplay, yeah.
Great. They're not
Great.
bad.
I
Not
I
bad.
fell asleep at a Coldplay concert once.
Really?
Yeah, in the chair. They're not my jam.
Yeah, I could see. I wouldn't know if I want to go to a concert, but they have some good. They have some good songs.
Yeah.
they got some good.
Good
songs.
movie soundtrack. Good movie soundtrack band.
Sure. Yeah.
So you've been dating for a while now. Are you like a first?
You're like 2.5 years. Yeah.
Did you when you
Because
start?
because
yeah.
you used to do dating with like a chaperone.
Yeah, so Bangladesh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
we would,
which is
I
my
went
favorite
on-
Shafi
Yeah, I
fact.
would like have a driver who drive
At what
me to the
age?
venue.
What is
High
this?
school.
High school.
Yeah, but
Okay.
It's you wouldn't call that dating in the U.S. Our
No.
dating was just like feelings, like a lot, like how you felt. I was like a very romantic kind
Sure,
of kid.
sure.
Yeah.
Just holding hands was like the.
Oh
farthest
my
you'd
God,
go.
that's
If
all
you
I
kiss on
wanted
the
to
peck,
do.
I'm like,
Oh
I couldn't
God.
sleep at night. I'm like,
Ins-
what was that?
insane.
Someone kissed me on the. You know what I mean?
So you would go.
That's the kind of
The
guy I
driver
was.
would watch you the whole time.
He would just be outside the venue.
Oh,
You know?
okay, gotcha.
Just like being
That's
to make
wild.
it safe.
But were
Sure.
there kids like secretly like
Oh yeah,
hooking
I
up
mean,
and
I was
stuff?
like a very like
You were a good kid,
sheltered kid. Like
sure.
yeah,
I
would
was
say.
the same. I was not
And,
breaking the
uh,
rules or anything.
So when you started dating, are you like a first date kiss or wait?
Oh,
now?
I'm a first date. We get really drunk and hook up. Hopefully,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
my. I always
That's your go-to
because I get
now.
nervous and so
Sure.
then I drink.
Yeah.
and then they drink too, and hopefully something happens.
So-
We didn't have sex our first day, but we like slept together in the same
Oh, the
bed.
girl you're seeing. right
Yeah.
now. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's me and my
pretty
wife
much-
first
really?
night. Yeah, first night we met. We
I
hooked
think
up.
that's, in my opinion, the way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just get it out
Every
of the
girl
way.
I've dated, the first time we hung out, we hooked up, and then it turned out to be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
And that's
worked.
like,
why not?
yeah, I feel like it's specifically like New York City dating is like, it's such a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you gotta.
If we don't
like-
do it tonight, you're
yeah.
gonna have 5 Bumble matches by the
Yeah.
morning.
Tomorrow.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's gotta go.
I'm not
quick.
gonna-
You're on the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the
Yeah.
clock.
Our
kinda.
schedules aren't going to match up for another 6 weeks. I'll
Right, you live
forget
in
your
Red
name.
Hook.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so
No,
far for
that's
me from Astoria.
You
Yeah.
gotta take a PTO to meet up again. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, no.
That's why you got to bang first night.
Yeah.
No one's saying it, but it's the most efficient. Like that's
It's not even love or lust.
Yeah.
It's just time.
Get out
We
the
only have
way.
so much
See,
time.
Because you want to see the things that you want to like about that person that's like not even related to sex.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's like a lasting
Yeah.
relationship.
Right,
not
right.
only about sex.
See if they
Get out
can,
the way.
have some good pillow talk.
What
and
What
all
do you
that.
look for right now in a part? I know you're seeing someone right now. For
Yeah. Well, I
tour.
guess what do you like about?
What do you
yeah.
like? Do you like someone who's like conservative, a bit more liberal? Like what kind of? person are you
I
looking-
definitely I've never dated anyone who was conservative. I don't really care politically, but just someone who has like that thought process, like
Sure.
they're afraid to like try new things, or
Yeah.
they like stuck in
Open
the
to-
same
yeah.
ways
Yeah.
they were taught as a kid.
threesomes. Or
Yeah, they would be out of that. Yeah,
They'd
yeah.
be open for that. You would like that.
I would love to do that. I would hope to do that one day.
Threesome.
Yeah, threesome. Open
If your girlfriend is listening,
relationship.
I hope you're taking notes.
Yes,
Yeah.
please, let's do it. My girlfriend, if you're listening, let's try it.
Please, no, and the bot. Let's do it
right now.
What
I'm
are we
over it.
This
doing?
afternoon.
I mean, threesome. We have 3 people.
yeah,
here.
Yeah.
sure.
It doesn't have
whatever.
to be girls.
Yeah,
Pretty, a
right,
kind of
that's true.
sexual
This
couch.
is a good couch.
This
Yeah.
is a good couch.
You could have sex on worse couches. We've got a couple more questions, but I think we'll save those for the Patreon.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Do you wanna close shop?
Yeah, close up shop. See you guys on the Patreon. I mean,
Yeah.
you have anything else
Yeah,
you want to
plug
plug to the
some
support
stuff.
people?
Please
I know you're on
watch the
tour.
special, The Only Funny White Man. Go to whitecomedian.com for my tour days.
Love that.
I bought
That's
whitecomedian.com
the
in
best.
2014.
How much did it
That's-
cost you?
It's cost me like $60 a year.
The foresight.
great.
That makes me
It,
so angry.
it didn't
Unreal.
help me at all until about a year ago, but it was a great
You know what's so
purchase.
funny about that? Because if I went to buy browncomedian.com, it'd probably be $2. Like, no one even wants that.
Even
domain.
that,
There
no one's
are-
like, you
no
should
one-
buy it.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
should buy it.
That's a great idea.
And you also have a pod. If you
I do have a podcast called You're an Idiot. That's
very
right.
funny
Every
pod.
Monday,
Get on
time.
that pod. I love the pod. I love Alex. Very fun.
Yeah, my
very
co-host
fun
is
together.
a great Serbian man. We love him.
Check out the special. Obviously, listen to this pod. Follow us on Insta, TikTok, YouTube, full episodes, patreon.com/Culture Clash Comedy Pod. Yeah. Find Dan and us. We're on tour as well. So come to live shows.
See you on the Patreon. Now we'll ask the fun questions.
We will have fun questions for Geoff.
All right. See you guys.
There.